It smells like E85. Time has come to do a little bit of maintenance on the Z. It's been a couple years since I've replaced the spark plugs, so I'm going to get that done. I've got new plugs and wires here. These are the BKR 7E plugs. Good performance plug. And then because I run LS coils, I can use stock LS spark plug wires. So that's what I got here. Get these off Rock Auto pretty cheap. So today I'm going to pull the plugs out, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to do a compression check and just to see the general health of this engine. This engine's been in here since August of 2015. Had 130,000 miles on it when I got it. Since I've had it, it's been a 400 horsepower engine. The last 2.5 years has been over 500, and last summer was almost 600. So we just want to see how well this stock VG33 is holding up. And we're going to do a compression check and then take a sample of the oil and send it out and see just if there's any dissolved metals in the oil, or, you know, if it's worth trying to get up to 650 horse with this thing. The engine is running fine. I have not had any issues with it. Even if something shows, even if it does have low compression in a cylinder, I'm still going to boost the shit out of it until it blows. But I'd like to know where we stand. So, all right, we'll keep track of all the compression numbers onto this, and that way I don't lose sight of what I'm doing. And I've already disabled the fuel pump and the ECU, so don't have to worry about that. Should be easy. Just pull some plugs out real quick. I wouldn't pull your spark plugs wires out like that unless you're replacing them, but I am. So this is your first time removing spark plugs from the VG30. Make sure you blow air around them, get the shit around the spark plugs. Don't need any of that crap going into your cylinder. Of course, oh, that thing's tight. My Z's a little bit easier because I don't have an intake manifold covering that spark plug. Alright, so this plug has been in there for, well, you can see that. Been in there for, I believe, 3 years, and they look good. They're not worn off at all. That's cylinder number 2. There's no heavy deposits on there or anything, so I have high hopes that this is going to work out pretty good. That screwed into the hole. And then we've got to jam that throttle body open. There. Stick something in there just to hold it open. And now let's give her a crank. Alright. First cylinder showing about, what was that, 130? Yeah, we'll call it 130. I'm not putting wires back on this because I'm going to be tearing this down here to do cams, and I'm just going to have to take them back out. So for now, we're not going to run it. We're just replacing the plugs. Cylinder number 4 looks good. There it is. 125 for cylinder number 4. Yeah, they all look good, about the same. Got another 130. So far that bank is within 5 psi of each other. And for as much boost as I'm putting into this thing, that's pretty good. Hopefully the other side comes out the same. Alright, let's move on to this side. Cylinder number one's kind of a pain to get in there because I got some vacuum lines that run there that are tucked away. Yep, more of the same. 125. Yeah, looks really good. Yep, more of the same. So we're good. At least on the spark plug side of it. Here's the last one. So it's 120. So that's the lowest cylinder right there, but that's still good. So here's the numbers. From the highest at 130 to the lowest at 120, we are within 10 psi, and everything is pretty much within 5 psi except for that one cylinder. I'd say this engine's got a lot of life left in it. Everything's wearing nicely, it's even. The 120 doesn't really concern me considering that the highest is only 10 psi away, so it's pretty good. So now we'll get a little sample of oil out of this thing, get that sent out, and see what that has to tell us. Alright, so here's the sample. One thing I can guarantee you they're going to tell me is that there is probably a little bit of fuel in this oil because it smells like E85, and I can smell it here just not even being up to my nose. That's probably a given considering how much boost I'm running, and there's definitely going to be some blow-by, so not a big deal. Yeah, we'll send this out to them, and hopefully in the next week they will send me the results back. It's been a few weeks since I sent that oil out. It took about 2 weeks to get this report back, and according to them, the aluminum, iron, and copper metals are a little bit high, which could indicate some bearing issues or some piston issues in the bore. But with only doing one oil analysis on an engine, you really can't tell the whole story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another sample this summer after running it probably 2,000 miles or so, send it to them and see what that says and see if there's still a lot of metals. I probably went a little bit too long before I changed the oil on this. The last time it had at least 3 dyno sessions on it that I can remember. So yeah, I don't think it's bad. One thing I was shocked about, that it showed trace amounts of fuel, which was under their averages that they normally see. I kind of figured with the engine having a little bit of blow-by that it would, in running as much boost as I am, it would have some more, but it's good to see that. And also good to see no antifreeze in the oil at all. So no head gasket issues or anything like that. This engine is going to get some cams here in the next few weeks. I'm gonna do a video of tearing it down and putting the cams in. So if you would like to see that, you can check out my next one. Thanks for watching.